trying to get us something to eat now. Treat myself to something, and I don't know, I was trying to write this because they had music playing up in here, and I asked the girl to turn the thing down. Cheeky. But I wanted to come back and talk about this big old thing that's going on this website, on these platforms. With relationship, I'm just going to get my perception, because I was in a relationship, I got out of a relationship, I desire to be in another relationship, but in order to be in a relationship, I got to understand myself, and that's what the problem is. Nobody is teaching anybody to know themselves, and that's where the problem comes in. We don't know ourselves, so if you don't know yourself, then how are you going to be able to relate to somebody else? Because some things that you may be doing unconsciously could trigger this person, and if you don't know that's a trigger for you, then you can't even do no more than defend yourself in those situations. And relationships are not working because people are not being in relationships to relate. They're being in relationships to accumulate, to build, self-gratification, lower nature, bestiality, foolishness. And that's why this stuff is not working for us, because we're in it for all the wrong reasons. Because if you want to just deal with somebody, goddamn it, you can get a contract and just deal with that person. You ain't gotta marry that person. You ain't gotta sleep with that person. You can just deal with that person. And oh God, that was so bad. God, give me it. Oh my God, damn, y'all ain't playing, huh? Thank you. Give me a little bowl. You got a bowl? No. No. Plate? Yeah? That we got us some wings from Walmart, y'all. They got me a little shrimp rice. I think it'll last me a little minute. And thank you so kindly, young lady. And because when I go back over there, I'm going to give you my roomie thing there, because I just felt this vibe this morning today. I don't know if it was just pretty much this morning, but I just felt a vibe in the atmosphere. I just wasn't down with that vibe that I was feeling, And that's what I'm trying to show y'all. Y'all have to be in tune to the energies that's in your atmosphere. Something just was off today. I don't know what the hell it was, but I wasn't liking it. But I just wanted to come share my little 2 cents about relationship. And I'm sharing from my experience. I was in a relationship. Common law, 12 years and 18 marriage. And the thing about it, when I got married, I intimidated the man and gave the man an ultimatum to marry me. Now that ain't no way. That's not no way to do it. But what made me do that was based on what I was seeing outside of our relationship, where the family members was coming intervene in this common law stuff, taking the power away from the girlfriend or the boyfriend. It went both ways. And I saw that one too many times where the family just came in and just took over because the people wasn't married. Now, that was dead wrong. You get what I'm saying? Because don't nobody know what nobody go through, whether they're married or whether they're just living together. The family members didn't have the right to do that. So me, but that just the spirit saying, they're not going to come here, I ain't controlling nothing. So let me see if I can give him an ultimatum to marry me. So if I want to bury him in a 2-piece bikini suit, there's nothing nobody can do about it. And that's really what I say. But that's neither here nor there, but that's what I get for giving somebody an ultimatum to marry me. Because if a man want to marry you, goddammit, he gonna marry you. He gonna ask you to marry him. He ain't going to wait for no ultimatum. So again, I'm just talking about my experience, and I'm talking about what is happening in the world and how things need to shift in this world because of what we have been given as a people. We've gotten this stuff from people. And we don't know if that works for the people who give it to us, because we just started using this stuff, you see. Why would you keep on using it? That's why I'm saying, because I'm trying to find out how this shit goes. Because there's got to be a right way to do this stuff, to have Trinity, because God made woman for a man and man for a woman. Internet. So I'm just going to give people what I have, what I found out. And it makes sense to me, because I'm trying to grow and evolve, and that's what it's about. For us to do our own research, for us to look at ourselves, for us to look at what we were in and what we don't want and want in a relationship. Yes? If you know what you want, you're going to wait till you find what you want. And you ain't going to keep what you don't want. And that's what the problem is. A lot of people in stuff that they don't want, they don't know how to is for him. Child, I'm gonna wait till I check up out of here. Somebody will find Daphne Tina Turner desirable as she is. I don't want to change nothing for nobody. I don't want to change it because that's what the hell I want to do. I don't want to change nothing to be with nobody. That's what our problem is. We're giving energy to something outside of ourselves. We're appeasing somebody other than ourselves. If it makes Daphne happy, then everybody else should be happy too. Okay? So what I found with relationship was all of this online is messing up. According to the online etymology dictionary, the word first appeared in 1744, but was not applied so specifically of romantic or sexual relationship until 1944. That's 200 years. When the word relationship first appeared in etymology, it had nothing to do with sexual or romantic. 200 years later, they put this in with romantic and sexual connection, relations, or whatever. I mean, the word speaks for itself. Relate, relationship. So, how did we learn about a relationship? Who gets to say how a relationship works? Who is the be all end all that says this is the way a relationship should work and it is going to work for you to be happy, whole, and balanced? Who is that one person that can do that? No one person can do that. How somebody should be in a relationship if everybody is unique and individual. Everybody was taught something differently. Everybody saw relationship differently. You see? How can one person say that? Why do people want to be in a relationship? When should one get into a relationship? You see, because a lot of times people, like I said, they just want to build. They want to have businesses and they want to buy things. Stop putting the sexual energy with it and be in a relationship without connecting the energies. You see, the template that we have been given by the European white man has messed everybody up. It really has. A man has been told. See, the problem is with these men. This is my experience. This is my perception, and I'm just giving y'all what I'm witnessing and what I'm connecting to spiritually. The man has been narrated. He is the head of the house. He wears the pants. He shouldn't cry. He should prepare, provide, protect. He should love God. He should work. He should be courageous. He should be strong. He should be a husband. He should be the head of his wife. He should serve sacrificially. He should love the wife as Christ loved the church. Now the church is self. Because see, this church thing is like this church building that y'all been going to, but that's not the church. The church is you, the kingdom. You see, if he don't love himself, then he can't love no woman. And give himself up for her. See, this man ain't willing to give up him being man for this woman. And to be accountable, to be honorable. This is what man, well, again, I went and do some research about what God says a man is supposed to do. Now, what a woman is supposed to do is she's supposed to love, she's supposed to believe and respect God. She's supposed to support the work of the church itself, support herself. You see what I'm saying? She's supposed to be a wife, she's supposed to be a mother, she's supposed to take care, she's supposed to care for her household. She's supposed to be a helper to her husband, to love and respect her husband, to submit to her husband, to be respectable, to teach what is good. The problem is this patriarchal energy has unbalanced everything with man and woman. Everything has been what the man is, what the man is not, what the man should do, what the man should not, and they suppress the feminine energy. So we have to understand it is up for us to make our own template in a relationship with who we are trying to relate to, because there is no two relationship that's going to be operating the same way. First of all, you got to know why you won't get in a relationship, why you need to be in a relationship, and what type of relationship you want. That's the problem. We talked about it today. Intentions. What is the intentions of being in a relationship? Some people want to be in a relationship to be codependent. You see, some people want to be in a relationship to use and abuse. Some people want to be in a relationship to mistreat because that's what they know. So again, we have to look at what we're doing in being in a relationship because it's affecting the world. It is affecting us as a people. Everything we do, we're teaching it directly and indirectly. So again, who got the happy, whole, balanced relationship? Who have the open, honest, and vulnerable relationship? Because if they had that, they'll be teaching that because everybody can see it. We got a problem when it comes to relationship. And I mean from platonic to romantic, to work relationship, church relationship, school, teacher, and students relationship, parent and children relationship, spouse and wife. We got a problem when it comes to the word relationship. So I think if everybody would take the time to relate to themselves, understand themselves, understand their triggers, understand their strengths, understand their weaknesses, because we all have them. Know what we want in a relationship. Know that we're not settling for less than what we want, because there is somebody for everybody. We know that no one is perfect, but we need certain things to balance out our energy. Like they say, equally yoked. I'm a Taurus, I'm a Earth sign. I need persistence. I need somebody to be consistent in their behavior, be consistent in their intentions, or that's a trigger for me. That's just me. So I'm saying it to say people should know what they want. I know how I am. I'm persistent. I'm consistent. See, I can do things repetitiously. I can, as a matter of fact, being repetitious in my last relationship got my ass in trouble because the minute I try to do something different from the repetition, it triggered him. You see? So again, you gotta know yourself, you gotta know what you want, you gotta let people know this is how I am, but this is not how I have to be just to appease you. If I want to switch this switch and flip the script, flip the switch and switch the script, I can do that. And that's what's going on. We let people tell us we can't be free to be because we're in a relationship. You see, we got to keep doing the same thing. We got to do what makes them happy, even if it don't make us happy. And that's not a relationship. That's bondage. That is actual bondage. I only want to share energy with one person because there's only space for that one person in our life. There's no plenty spaces in our lives for. We have a space for us to learn. We have a space for us to take time to ourselves. We have a space for our children. We have a space for our husband. We have a space for our job. You see what I'm saying? There's only one space in our lives for another person to share the relationship when it comes to romantic. There's only one space to share that space when it comes to the work. You see what I'm saying? We gotta learn how to balance our energy to give to each thing that we are supposed to experience while we're here in this existence. So again, we've allowed people to tell us how it's supposed to be. And that's the problem. Damn. It's getting hard to. Who can tell anybody who will work with them, with somebody else that they're trying to relate to? Nobody has the heat of that. Nobody has the information for that. The two people who are trying to get together, they got to ask themselves, why or was I drawn to this person? Why was this person drawn to me? Because that's what's happening. Frequency, energy, the vibration is putting two people together to learn from each other. I don't know what the lesson is that you got to learn, but that's what's happening. And so if you are in a relationship that's trying to show you how to learn something, and you're not learning it, you're going to get frustrated. You're going to get out of that relationship because you didn't want to learn, because you want what you want. You're going to go find that same energy because that's what you're vibrating on. You see? Because life is here to teach us. We're not here to just, yeah, I'm eating. Food, fighting up. We're here to understand ourselves more better, to raise our conscious awareness, to understand that this is just an experience. We don't have to belong to no one person. Let them go so that you can experience somebody else. And see, this attachment, they've taught us to be attached to people, places, and things, and this is how we can grow and know ourselves, because we attach. We don't want to sit with the pain. The pain is there to teach us something. That's why we go through pain. What I learned transformation of divorce, codependent on somebody else outside of myself. I had to learn to be independent. I learned that everything was unbalanced, that he would give me physically, but he wouldn't give me emotionally. You see? So I learned a lot about the relationship. So now, I don't want the things of the world. I just want to have what I need. I want to have a connection to the heart chakra. And to have a connection to the heart chakra, we must be open, honest, and vulnerable with another person. And everybody's scared to give their heart to somebody else. But guess what? That's just where the juicy, good stuff is, in the heart. So if we want the good stuff, we're going to have to do the work to get it. And again, pain is the best teacher. If somebody puts you in pain, you're supposed to learn from that pain. That way, when the next person comes into your life, you can spot that situation. You can spot that energy. You can spot that spirit instantly because you have experienced it before. So everything that we experience, we're supposed to learn from it. We're not supposed to harsh on this and keep that pain trapped in our body, trapped in our mind, afraid of the next person going to do what that person did, when you're supposed to learn from what they've done, to know not to accept the behavior again, not to accept this verbiage again. This is what life is about, learning. And we keep on going back and forth on these platforms when it's about knowing yourself, loving yourself first. Because if you don't love yourself, you can't go love nobody else. If you don't know how to love you, then how you going to know how to love somebody? And you have to be first in your life. Nobody else. Be thinking people before. The man is the head. It's giving titles and giving energy to the man. God said so. But it's supposed to be balanced. The energy is supposed to be an equal exchange. Do unto us as you would have them do unto you. If you want respect, you gotta give respect. If you want help, you gotta help. You see, if you want me to be open, honest, and vulnerable, they must be open, honest, and vulnerable. Men think that they're supposed to cover their feelings, hide their feelings, you see, hide their truth, and we're supposed to just keep pouring into them, but they're not loving themselves. That's why they can't love women like they're supposed to love women, because they don't love themselves. They don't know how to love themselves. Because so much pressure has been put on a man, you see, that he don't know how to love himself. Because he don't know what to do with all this pressure that white man has put on him. But if he loved God, the source of all there is, if he connected to the source of all there is, his compass gonna tell him what is right and what is wrong, who is right and who is wrong, where is right and where is wrong, when it is right and when it is wrong. His compass is gonna tell him that, but nobody's teaching the man to love God, which is the God in him, so that he can connect to his intuition, so that he can connect to the all, and he can know how to love a woman. No, all men being taught is power, control, and money. Get the bag. You see, work to accumulate the things of the world. What is it for a man to gain the world and lose his soul? And that's what's happening. Every man trying to spin on the goddamn hamster wheel to accumulate things, and that's what that was the agenda. To get them disconnected from their spirit man, get them disconnected from the God in them, on how to treat a woman like a woman, in which they came from. Every man came from the womb of a woman. But nobody not teaching a man how to respect a woman, how to love a woman, how to treat a woman. Because if he treated her the way she's supposed to be treated, goddamn it, there's nothing we wouldn't do for a man. Nothing. As y'all can see, we already being full. We already go above and beyond. We already see potential in them. We already give them chances behind chances. And they keep abusing everything because they don't want to look at the man in the mirror. A man gotta love himself in order to love a woman. That's what the problem is. We're not looking at ourselves. We got teachers and leaders and guiders and preachers, and they're not doing nothing but talking in the wind. They're not practicing what they're preaching. Because if you see we got a problem, you should be trying to find another solution. Or when this didn't work, let's try something else. When this didn't work, let's try something else. But that's not happening. It's not happening. So again, what are these preachers and teachers and leaders doing? Where the hell are they taking us? What they're teaching us? What they want us to know? They're not helping us expand our mind. They're not helping us expand our heart. So it's time for those tables to be turned. The first shall be last, the last shall be first. It's time for new leaders. People who want to see community, people who want to see Trinity, people who want to see togetherness, people who want to see love for one another. These people didn't want to see that. So guess what? God woke up some other people who want to see that, who's working toward that, trying to see where the problem is. We got a problem, so we need to see how we can solve the problem so that we can have peace on earth, goodwill toward man. And this ain't got no business being like this here with man and woman going at each other all the time. It can't come from one heart. Who won't make enough money? And who gotta be a certain shape? Who gotta be a certain size? What you gotta look? And what you can't do? And what? It's just all of this. What? Nobody ain't being free to be open, honest, and vulnerable, and to learn from each other, to relate to each other, to come together to serve for a higher purpose. That's not happening. Everybody just self-seeking how they can get what they want by hurting somebody else. So we're going to figure out what the hell we doing. Because we doing this here. Ain't nobody
some good-looking people here.
We doing this stuff.
All of y'all.
Ain't simple as that. We doing this here. So Daphne got a problem. Daphne had a problem. Wasn't happy. Didn't feel no connection. Didn't feel no flow of love. You see? So Daphne wanted out. I know what I want. I got tired by it. I got tired hearing the word yes. I wanted to hear the word no sometimes. I had more than enough. Then I do what to do with. I had so much I was start buying other people. You see? That didn't bring happiness in a relationship. I wanted to relate. I wanted to connect on a spiritual level, on a deeper level, on a soul level. That's what I want to do. And that's what we ain't got. As a chocolate people, we don't have no connection on a soul level. We are connected to the things of this world. We are connected on superficial shit. We're not connected on no soul level. It's the soul. It's the soul. That's what it's about. And nobody's teaching us to look within ourselves and understand our soul so that we can find our soul mate, you see? The one that's going to balance out our energy, you see? And help us grow and evolve to be bigger, better, and brighter, to hold us accountable, to be our best self. We ain't looking for that person. We're looking for the person who we can use and abuse, or we're looking for the person that we can manipulate. We're looking for the person that will help us get to this, get to that. We ain't looking for no soul connection. That's looking for a soul connection. So again, it's what you want. It's the intention on why you want to be in a relationship. You see, it's why you're going to get what you're going to get. Your intention is your frequency. Your intention is your vibration. Your intention is your energy. I don't know what y'all putting out. I know what I'm putting out here, truth. Trying to be open, honest, and vulnerable with people. Because if you know yourself, you ain't going to let somebody come hurt you. You see what I'm saying? Because you tapped into your intuition. You tapped into your mind's eye. You're going to know if you got game. Okay? I got to go on with my business and eat this. I like to put something in my mouth. I'm a Taurus, earth sign, I like good food. I had to learn to balance all that stuff out, so I teach myself to little something every now and again. And so I'm gonna get on out of here and go relate. Oh my God, to this freaking shrimp fried rice. I love y'all people to the moon and back. I'm saying.